Hi. Today we're going to talk about being a medium when you have teenage girls at home. My daughters did not really like having a medium mom. There were many times that I just specifically would not let them go someplace because I had a bad feeling about it. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Um, my daughter, when she was 15, she was asked out. And my oldest daughter. Luckily, I had already given them the rule that they were not allowed to date until they were 16. And she came home and told me that she was asked out on this date and she still wanted to go. And I specifically said, absolutely not. No way. There's no way that you're going to do this because I don't think it's genuine. And she was really upset. Um, but luckily, I just reconfirmed. You're not allowed to date until you're 16. Um, so, and this was in the 90s, and it's probably a little outdated, but I didn't want her to start dating, neither one of my daughters start dating until um, they were 16. Anyway, she went to school that Monday and found out that the whole thing was going to be a prank, that they were going to drop her off and leave her somewhere. So it's another little incident where being a daughter of a medium saved her from that experience. But because they told her about it anyway, she was still very hurt. Now, my other daughter, my younger daughter, one of the experiences that she remembered is wanting to go to the mall with a bunch of her friends. Unfortunately, two of those friends I didn't like very well. They were heading down a wrong path. And I did pull them aside and I told them that they were heading down a wrong path. Well, she really wanted to go to the mall. And I said no. Because I saw two of the girls shoplift and get in trouble for it. My youngest daughter is a bit of a rebel. And then she's just like, well, they would have never gotten caught if I was with them. And I'm like, well, that's not something to say to be proud of. You know, maybe they needed to get caught. And so she was mad. She had a ton of excuses. She's like, well, maybe I could have stopped them from even shoplifting at all. Did you ever think of that? Yeah, I thought of that. And no, she wouldn't have been able to stop them. So they had to learn their lesson, and sometimes it's hard. She didn't need to be there for them to learn that lesson one way or another. So I didn't let them go. Another part about being a psychic medium, especially in those days when things were chaotic. The messages coming in were like one of those electrical balls to where it's like all these static all over the place. It was not something that I really had control of at that time. So the messages would come in, and other messages would come in and come in and come in and come in, and there are a lot of times that I forget what was told to me and what I know, and the differences between the two. And it does make a very big difference. One of my daughter's good friends in 6th grade got into trouble for talking about home business. And when her mom came to pick her up, I asked what I thought was an innocent question over something that we talked about because there was a medical issue with her husband. So I asked how he was doing and how he was healing. And the only problem is she didn't tell me about this medical issue. And she was embarrassed. I didn't know the details. I just knew there was something wrong with this guy's eye. So I asked if he had gotten it fixed. It turns out that he had a crab in his eye from a strip joint. I didn't need to know that information. I just wanted to know how his eye was healing. I didn't really even care how we got it, but she was embarrassed. And the little girl who was over playing with my daughter got into trouble for telling family secrets, only she didn't. And her mom would confide in me quite a bit about different things and different stuff in the family, like with her older daughter and the younger daughter. And a lot of times I would forget what was confided and what I just know. I cost my little youngest daughter a very good friend, and myself an adult friend. And that's kind of typical, especially when I didn't come forward and tell people, look, I'm a psychic medium. I will know things about you that you may not want me to know. So the friends that I have now, they're true friends. They know all about me. And if I get messages for them, I tell them. But I've also gained a lot more control, and that little static ball, it's not so staticky anymore. So I can actually place my finger on it and get the reading of that I'm looking for. Instead of it controlling me, I'm learning to control it. But it is a learning process, and I do still have backlashes. But that's for another day. Anyways, so having a medium mom, don't think my daughter's thought was very much fun.